This week we're going to highlight trade estimates for Friday's prospective plantings and grain stocks reports from the USDA. We're also going to take a look at updated trends in outstanding export sales of U.S. corn, and also take a look at weather trends for Brazil. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the last few days of March here, and this market remains exceptionally volatile. We're going to start out this week looking at trade estimates for Friday's USDA prospective plantings and grain stocks reports. There's a lot of numbers here, so it's kind of easy to get confused. So we're going to start out by highlighting in the prospective plantings report the corn numbers for Friday. The average trade estimate is 90.9 million acres of corn for this year. Notice that's about 2.3 million acres above last year's total. But look at that range. There is a wide range of estimates for Friday's report, so a lot of uncertainty surrounding the acreage question. The other report on Friday will be the quarterly grain stocks report. Look at the trade estimates here for corn. The average estimate is 7.474 billion bushels. Once again, a fairly wide range of 600 million bushels in that range of estimates for analysts. So here's the key message. There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding these reports, as we'll show you in a moment. We strongly encourage you to have your risk management positions in place in consultation with your trusted risk management advisor prior to the release of these reports. Why is that important? Well, we're going to revisit last week's slide here again, looking at the price change in old crop and new crop corn futures on the day that those reports are released. Now again, every year is different. We don't know what's going to happen on Friday, but history shows that there's a potential for a wide swing in these markets, both in old and new crop, following the release of these reports. Let's shift gears now and focus on export trends for corn. We're looking here at unshipped corn export sales, and we've highlighted this slide recently. We've seen an uptick, of course, as China continues to buy old crop corn. We expect another good week of sales in Thursday's USDA export sales report. There is one key thing to highlight, however. Notice this year's total is still well below last year, so our robust export program from a year ago at this point does not look as though it will be repeated this spring. Now we're going to shift focus to South America, specifically looking at where corn is produced in Brazil. Now we're starting out here looking at the key states that produce second crop or safrinha corn in Brazil. Mato Grosso, Goiás, Paraná, and Mato Grosso do Sul account for about 85% of that second season crop. Now we highlighted this last week, but it bears repeating. The rainfall as we enter April here next week falls off historically quite rapidly, and then even more rapidly into May. Why is that important? Some of this corn in Brazil will be pollinating as we move further into April. Quite a bit of it will be pollinating in May, so rainfall will be critical. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at the short-term forecast for Brazil. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. We're starting out here looking at the next 10 days, and there are some hints of dryness developing here across those key areas. Not the entire area, but at least some dryness. Now let's look at the next 14 days in total. As we move further north, it looks like it's going to be closer to normal, but as we move further south, there is some dryness developing over the next 2 weeks. Let's take a look at a shorter term perspective here of the precip patterns in Brazil. Let's take a look at precip the last 30 days. Again, this slide is courtesy of T-storm weather. What we've done here is shown the proportion of the Brazilian corn crop that's very dry over the last 30 days. A lot of lines there. We want to take a moment to highlight 2021. Why are we highlighting 2021? That was a year that was a drought in Brazil. But here's the key message as we wrap up this slide and compare 2021 with 2023. Notice that this year, not nearly as dry as what it was 2 years ago at this point in the growing season. So while it looks like it's going to be short-term dryness, there is some subsoil and moisture in place to buy the time for the crop. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn futures. Now, December corn here has had a bit of a rebound up to about $5.75 a bushel. That's 80 cents below last year, but it's $1.20 above the 5-year average for this time of year. Strongly encourage you to continue to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. And remember, this week on Friday, following USDA reports at 11:20 Central Time, we'll have a live recap. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.